When you are looking for new friends that will have a positive relationship, or that will often spend some friendly time together, sometimes as you getting to know them, sometimes you may feel like some individuals do not give out any positive connections while you are interacting with them. At this point, you may feel like other toxic individuals will cause you to feel extremely burnt out, while your energy is starting to hit rock bottom. At this point, you may feel like your mental health is not normal towards the societal norms, like it used to be. At this rate, the toxic individual may undermine your mental health, or in the worst case scenario, they can limit the ability towards you from ever moving forwards with your personal growth in order for you to become a very successful person towards your dreams. If you feel like this is something that does usually happens to you, and you want to learn how to identify whenever this is happening to you, at the same time, you really want to badly avoid yourself from ever attracting other toxic individuals that keeps on mentally destroying your well-being, as you are managing a healthier option in order for you to keep your positive environment much more healthy then. Here are 6 ways to avoid attracting toxic people. Now let's begin. Number 1. Explaining what that is not allowed, as you are making your boundaries healthy and very clear to the other individual, as you are sticking close to your main boundaries within your personal rule and regulation, as you are standing close within your healthiest reasons or options towards your personal boundaries. In this case, by doing this is one of the healthiest, most efficient ways for other toxic individuals to stay away from you, while you are avoiding yourself from ever getting to be around them as usual. By doing this, that can really be effective in order for the other individual to better understand that you are setting everything clear within your conversation towards your boundaries and limitation to your personal reasons. While you are having a conversation with the other person early on in any relationship that is out there, the reason why you need to implement personal boundaries in your life, it is because toxic people does usually test other individuals that they may think that is weak to them, by testing others to see if they do not have any boundaries in order for the toxic individual to fully take advantage over the other person's life if the other person doesn't assert themselves. This is the reason why self-love is very important in order for you to better insert boundaries, in order for other individuals out there to see that you are sending a signal that you actually respect yourself and expect others to do the same. Number 2. Listen to what you are telling yourself in the mind without ignoring it. In most cases, while you are feeling like you are navigating through a relationship that is feeling very toxic, that you pretty much likely knows this feeling way too well, as you are protecting yourself from other toxic individuals that you may think that will hurt you really bad. This is one of the reasons why your intuitions is a powerful mindset. Whenever you are dealing with another person that is moving really negative towards you, or your environment that does not feel normal. On the other hand, if a toxic individual makes you feel so uncomfortable while you are around them, or their behavior does not feel right in your guts, then you should trust your instincts. Be sure to pay close attention to how sick you are feeling while the other person is around you, and do not let it go if you have ever feel this uncomfortable feeling before. The truth is that your protective mind or intuition can often have a vision about the terrible behavior, about the way that the toxic person is moving with you, before it ever happening to you. Doing this can help you to better avoid potentially harmful relationships that constantly throws at you in an aggressive manner. Number 3. Isolating your conversation with positive influences against negativity. Another way to deter any toxic person away from your life against spreading negativity in your social circle is by having others that will share a positive conversation with you, to the happiness flowing with positivity in your life. As you are looking for other individuals that will make you feel like you are constantly uplifted, or that can have inspired you in other ways, that you dream to always be unique in your social circle, that's supportive and less negativity involved. The true intention is that having positive conversation with others will tend to attract more positivity back in return, which means that other toxic individuals will not have the stomach to approach you like they used to. The reason why it is because others that radiates optimism in their behavior patterns, which will also leads to having a healthy mindset that is optimistic. To put this in another way, is by surrounding yourself with positive influences, you create a buffer against toxic individuals seeking to infiltrate your life. On a similar note, this also leads to Number 4. Having natural conversations with others while being direct effectively. Opening to others that is trustworthy. While you are naturally being completely clear with honest conversations, that is very healthy for others, and you will also help deterring the toxic individual away from you as much as possible, as long as you are being transparent about your thoughts in the situation towards what that is happening in your life, into the way that you and the other individuals going, though it can be anything, though creating a powerful, if not a strong belief together can do, or a different belief can also do, as well, with the other person that is around you. And do not forget to encourage others to have a conversation conversation with you while opening up with you in a clear and honest way. As long as your encouraging moments is open and honest, and that you are sending a very clear message with transparency out there. When you do this, this can also lead to deterring the toxic person away from you. Or in another way to put it, is that toxic individuals do not like others that like to deal with someone that often values clear and respectful communication. This can also help filter out those who thrive on manipulation and deceit from toxic individuals. Number 5. Always say no if something does not align with your values. Many innocent individuals does not always say no, because they do think that others do look down on them in a bad way when they say no. Or it is like they feel like they are hurting others' feelings when they say no to them. This is why many innocent individuals find it very difficult to say no. In actuality, the truth is that toxic individuals like to take advantage of others that do not like to say no to them, in order to avoid getting manipulated by a toxic individual from preying on you. You should always learn how to always say no to them, in order to stand up towards your own rights and in order to go against anything that the toxic individual is doing, that you find that raises red flags, or it personally does not align with your values. Then please, say no. Saying no is not a negative thing, despite of others used to look down on you. No matter what anyone is saying to you, keep in mind that saying no to others is a crucial skill for maintaining control over your time, energy, and relationships in your personal life. On the other hand, a toxic person may no longer have any interest towards moving toxic or manipulating you. If they find it really hard, if you start to show them that you do not like what they are doing, which the toxic person sense that you cannot be easily manipulated or taken advantage of. Number 6. Taking the time to always prioritize self-care to deter the negative influence away from your mind. Be willing to influence yourself to deter other toxic influences away from your mind, and even from the other toxic individual that is trying to influence you with negativity that obviously hurt you detrimentally, by investing and managing your time in order to promote your mental and emotional health, and even your physical health with self-care as well. If you always promote self-care in your life, then you will be 10 times more positive about your life, your goals, and even your future, or about everything that you are doing, than having the toxic person influencing your lifestyle. This is why you should always invest time and effort in self-care activities. One of the reasons why, it is because always deeply loving yourself, or investing more into self-care activities, can be a safe shield in order to heavily protect yourself and your mental health with more self-love and self-care activities in order for the toxic individual to find any of your weak spot, so that they would never ever take advantage over you ever again. In another way to say it is, a strong sense of self-worth and self-love acts as a shield, making it less likely for toxic individuals to find a foothold in your life. It is always healthy in order to avoid any toxic individual from making very bad decisions that will change your life in a horrible way, or it can mentally destroy you over time, which can lead to have less trust about everything and more if it gets worse. This is why you're setting boundaries, trusting your instincts, surrounding yourself with positivity, practicing effective communication, learning to say no, and prioritizing self-care can lead to becoming very protective against any of the negative influences that the other person is throwing will be shielded off away from you if it properly protected with your creation. Be aware that others that does usually create a healthy and positive social environment can and will lead to becoming better in what they are doing. And also, doing this can protect you mentally from hitting rock bottom with your mental health.